Yo, what's up everyone, and welcome to episode 3 of Mundo's news program. I'm your host, Mundo Carrillo. I'm recording this on February 1st, 2023. I hope you guys are doing well. I'm doing fine, I guess. I finally brought myself to watch the video of the Tyre Nichols beating by the hand of the Memphis Police Department. I was putting it off for a while. I just knew, just hearing about it and knowing what was coming, I was just kind of like putting it off. And finally I was like, as a journalist, as someone who talks about these kinds of things for a living, I feel like I got to watch it. And I did, and it was probably the most brutal beating I've ever seen. It was really hard to watch. I mean, the George Floyd video was hard to watch too. This one was just as hard. It's just like, man, I don't know. I don't know what to say about it other than it was just obviously not called for. There are 5 officers who are facing criminal charges now in that death. Hopefully they serve time for what they did. There's pretty strong, very strong video evidence that they abused their power and beat a black man to death. So, yeah, there's that. I don't know what else to say about that other than I watched it. Just a warning to you guys, if you haven't seen it yet, it's brutal. It's not easy to watch. And, I don't know what else to say other than we need to fix policing in this country. Clearly, there's a problem. There's a big problem. And this makes me think about, I bet this has always been going on. It's just we have cameras everywhere now. The ironic thing about this case is that it was actually caught on video by a police camera that they set up in the neighborhood to prevent crime. And it actually caught a crime being committed by the police. So, you just have to wonder how often this kind of stuff happened before cameras were around, before everybody had a camera. When we've seen that statements about an incident like this one and the George Floyd incident, statements that the city or the police department releases about it usually contradict what the video shows. So good thing we have that video. Good thing more police departments around the country are adopting a body camera system. So that's good. It helps them and it helps us as members of the public. So there you go. More cameras, the better. Maybe this is what we needed for police reform. At least to get police reform going in the right direction is just cameras existing and being able to catch behavior like this and making sure that it doesn't continue. I don't know how to fix it. I know people talk about police just being more prevalent in the community, being someone or, being a force that you can go to for help as opposed to being a force that you have to fear. Maybe that's one of the steps next is, maybe to not fear the police, even if you're being pulled over or being detained anyway. I don't know. I really don't know, man. I think we'll just have to monitor the situation and see where we go from here. Again, 5 Memphis police officers charged in the beating death of Tyre Nichols. All right, so Alec Baldwin is facing manslaughter charges for shooting Helena Hutchins, cinematographer Helena Hutchins, on the set of Rust near Santa Fe last year. No, actually, that was October 21. That was a long time ago. Let me look that up. Hold on. Yeah, that was October 2021. Holy smokes. So that was well over a year ago. He's being charged with involuntary manslaughter for firing the gun that killed Miss Hutchins. Armorer Hannah Gutierrez-Reed is also facing charges. Alec Baldwin faces 5 years in prison. I'm a little surprised by this one. I gotta be honest. I didn't think he was going to get charged. But here we are with charges. I don't know. I mean, it's not going to go to trial. If anything, it will be some kind of plea deal struck. I don't think he's going to serve any kind of prison time at all. That's my read. I think he'll take a deal and avoid prison time, be on some kind of probation. And apparently the movie's going to go on. The movie's going to go on as planned, which is nuts. I thought for sure that movie was just straight canceled. You know what I mean? I mean, someone died, bro. Like someone else got hurt. The director also got injured. He got hit with the bullet. It's just, this is crazy. This was my old stomping grounds, the Santa Fe District Court in New Mexico. And I know those courtrooms in that district court, in Santa Fe are very small. There's like 3 rows of seating. So if Mr. Baldwin has to go to court in Santa Fe, it's going to be an absolute zoo. I know his first hearing later this month, just a small hearing. It'll be his first appearance in court. I think that's happening electronically. Why can't I think of the word? I'll just stick with it, electronically. It's happening electronically, so he won't be there in person. But still, I'm surprised by this. Again, I was a betting man, which I'm not. I don't think he'll go to trial, and I think he'll take a plea deal for prison time. You heard it here. So Tom Brady, the great Tom Brady, finally called it quits today. Or did he? Nah, he probably did. Because he retired a year ago to the day. But then he's like, no, I'm coming back. Just kidding. Came back, had a mediocre season. They went to the playoffs with a losing record. Still made the playoffs, I guess. They didn't belong there. They got smoked to the first round. Who did they play? I don't even remember. Who cares? So, so he didn't go out with a bang exactly. Still went out, in the playoffs, which is cool. I thought they were going to miss the playoffs this year, but that division sucks. So they got in. And after 23 years in the league, he's finally retiring. The best quarterback to ever play. I'm sorry. That's just how it is. I was alive for Montana, and I didn't really remember anyone before him, but I can say definitively that Tom Brady's the best quarterback of all time. I'm sorry. He was a bit of a cheater. Maybe he probably cheated in that Colts game, Deflategate. There was, I don't know, there's some tomfoolery going on there for sure. But either way, I mean, dude is just sick. So much respect, Mr. Brady. Good luck in your future endeavors. And finally, this is just kind of a weird one. It looks like there's actually like a lot of people in Connecticut who are lobbying lawmakers to get witches exonerated. Like witches who were killed back in the day, back in the old colonial times, like in the 1600s, which is neat. I guess it's a neat idea. Kind of brings up the idea that witches were once hanged, or really alleged witches were once hanged in this country, which is that's back when there was still colonies, but still it was still America. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's neat, but so what? There's I guess we already know they weren't witches. You know what I mean? So I guess over 400 years after the fact, we could be like, nah, that's our bad. We're sorry. We're sorry you had a horrible death because we thought you were, I don't know, doing some kind of witchcraft, being some kind of vessel for Satan or something. I don't know. I don't know what was going on back then, but witches, I think you might have your day in court eventually and be set free. Your spirit can rest now. What am I talking about? I don't know. Anyways, I think it's time to end this, guys. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for making it this far. If you have, I appreciate that. Thank you to the Patreon supporters, Daniel, Tony, Elijah, Andres, and Emily. I really appreciate you guys. You guys can head over to patreon.com/Windows News Program if you would like to support the show. All right, guys. Until next time, my name is Mundo, and I'm out. Peace.